Hi everyone, it's Tracy and welcome to my channel. Today is a very dark, rainy, cool day here in Ontario. This morning when the sun rose, the sky was extremely pink. So as the old wives' tale or sailor's tale goes, red skies at night, sailor's delight, pink skies in the morning, sailors take warning. So this is a little ring-bound journal that I'm going to go through with you today. Excuse my big band-aid. I know when we work with paper, we tend to get paper cuts everywhere all the time. So yes, I do. So I have clipped this with a scarf clip. And we'll put that there. And then tied it with some sari. And I actually made this myself. I had an old silk pillow that I found at a thrift store, and it was $2 or $3, so I took it and I ripped the whole thing up and made my own sari trim. And it's fun because those little things get everywhere. Okay, so we've got the 2 rings and front and back, and the doily is actually just attached with a little, I think that's I don't know if that's a milk glass button or not. One of my fun buttons. Okay, so we've got just a little dangle hanging here with a little piece of silk fluff. So these are our first 2 pages. So we've just got a little cluster with some vintage lace in that trim that I got a while back. And here we've got just a tea card or a cigarette card, one or the other, with just a little collage with some tickets and some packing paper. And here we have, this is sari as well, from the same pillow cover that I had. And this is a vintage photo of a lovely lady. And I've just put some stamps. This is from like a guest check. And that is just a little lace flower there. And it's just in a little lace corner pocket. And that's some vintage encyclopedia behind there. Here we've got some vintage ledger with a coffee dyed and then waxed little doily there with a rub-on transfer key. And here this is, I printed this as Raindrop Lila. This is one of Lydia's. And I printed it on tracing paper and just a little bit of trim there. And on this side, this is a printable from Yvonne Preston's journals. And so I just put some dictionary page on the inside, and I think it's just a really pretty envelope. So, and this is I think a municipal bill from 1946, and this is from a book I have called Vintage Wallpaper, and there wasn't many color plates in it, but this was one of them. So this was a wallpaper, and inside we've just got a vintage check here, and this is wallpaper that I got from Aloha, and just a little piece of trim there on the bottom. And here we've got just some coffee dyed notebook paper with a vintage slide that I took, and I just did some stamping. And there's a brad and there's a little piece of lace inside there, and then just this little tag. And on the inside, we've got just this little cluster down here. We've got book spine there, if I can pull this out. And this is, I don't know, an address change card, I'm thinking maybe. And just a little paper clip there with just a little collage on that page. Here, this is, I'm trying to remember whose print this one. It might have been Graphics Fairy, but it's waxed, of course, because that's what Tracy does. And here's just a lovely little tiny one-page invoice. It's just so cute on its own. It already has all the marks and rips and everything. Here, this is more vintage wallpaper I picked up at the thrift store, more book spine, and some lace and a mother of pearl button there. And in this, I made a pocket, and this is just a collaged tag with just a whole mess of different things on it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm not really one for making good collages, but like a collage is a collage, but no, it's not really. Okay, and whoops, here's just a little, I have so many Tim Holtz things I need to get rid of, so like I thought, okay, I'll put one right there. And this is just either a rub-on or a sticker. This is from that shirt I bought with the rusted safety pin. And this is, oh, that's a printable on, that's a pattern from the crochet book that I have. And this is from the matching kit that I got from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So that's L for Light. And this is from that same crochet book. It was one of the back cover pages, and it had all the different measurements and everything on it. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And so on this page, it's just some parchment that I punched. And that's just Graphics Fairy. It's just a little keyhole. There's some vintage tickets, and you can tell they've been in a roll. And this is just a letter that I printed out on newsprint. And just stick that back in there, and if these can go there and stay lovely. This is from a book page that I have, just a magazine that I get, and it has just beautiful images in it, and I have to use them, right? So that is from a doily, and then that's more that sorry with another mother of pearl button. This is a postcard of a studly dude, Here's some tiny little ledger paper, and this is what? Oh, there's thunder. Oh, October thunder. I love it. Okay, so this is just, I bought a bunch of books, or I got 3 boxes of free books from this lady before she moved. And one of them had like where they put the covers on, like wrap the books, because it's either damaged or they want to protect it, right? So this was actually the paper that adjustable book jacket cover. And I thought, I love this. Look, that's tape. I thought, I'm going to use this. This isn't getting thrown away. So there's just some texture paste stencil there. This is a postcard of, I don't know, but I think it's German. Wax napkin. And here we've got one of those big dictionary pages I had with just a little stamp thing, just a little piece of paper, note paper folded up in a doily. And on this side, like I said, I've got my Tim Holtz stuff to use up. So we've got one of his frames, and then inside we have the lovely Doris, and she's just got some laundry tape. They're holding her together. She's falling apart. So we'll stick her back in there. On this page, we've got the hanky that, or a doily, whatever it was, had some, it's like gold. It's not mustard. I checked. And I've just pinned it back, and, oh, glue. And here we've got Cher Joseph, je mets la main à la plume pour te dire que nous sommes en bonne santé. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Dans vos beaux, il y a plein de lumière, blah, 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 blah. And here's that dangle. This dangle is actually from, I'd like to take credit for making it, but it's from a necklace I picked up in a whole bunch of costume jewelry. And I just took the necklace apart and it had a whole bunch of these. So makes a really perfect little dangle. And we've got the sewing pattern here. So we've got the men's and boys clothing, sewing pattern, ruler. This kind of matches up, and then we've got the buttons. So it all just sort of come together, and these are gorgeous buttons. And here we have, I made, this is ruby and pearl, and I punched some gold. Actually, I took a piece of cardstock, and then I had gold washi, and I put the gold washi on the cardstock, then I punched it, because I wanted it to be like Sharon. Yeah, you know. So this actually is a little book, a little journal book. So we've got the picture of the sisters, and then just a bunch of little pages in here to write on, or whatever you want to do, add more things to it. So, and this just some cardstock scrap paper on the back. And I attached it with, sorry, this is a sewing machine part. And I just added it to there with a brad. So why not hardware it up? On this page is a vintage music sheet, and we've got another little cluster. This is a grommet bottom, and that's just a little charm from something. And in here we have a vintage liquor label. I've got an embossed little gold tag with some laundry tape. And this is a choo-choo train cigarette card or tea card or whatever with some beautiful lace I got from Janet Lita Vintage. And inside, there's a paper clip. Inside is just another one of Lydia's printed on the tracing paper, and then just some beautiful design work, and then a little, you see my paint got there. These are some dried weed flowers from my back weed garden. I take great pride in my back weed garden. Every weed is a flower because they all flower. Okay, so what did I do here? I have too many pages together. We'll just do that. Okay, so this I coffee dyed pages from that embroidery and crochet and knitting and purling and macrame book I had. And this is my one and only layaway tag. And I just put some little beads from a necklace I took apart on there. Not going to do anything to the back because someone can reuse that if they want. This is just packing paper, embossed. On this page is just some embossed cardstock again. This is, I think this was a ruby and pearl printable, and just some lace there. And on the back, just a little lace paper cluster up there. Here we have a letter, and this is from 1959. Nothing in it, but I don't know. I like the color blue that's in it. And with every ring journal that I make comes a sheet of reinforcements. We know that. And here's another one of those embroidery patterns from the book. another piece of the book jacket cover. And this is just a piece of note paper, little lace there, and some cello tape, and a little stamp on there, a little stamp there. This is more ledger, just a piece of trim there, heavy trim. And then the back cover, just some lace trim, another button, and another gold embossed tag, and there she goes. So there's this pretty girl. Now, I probably have a little bit of time, so I want to go over something with you. I've had a journal. It's been listed for, sorry, let me grab it, quite some time, and I think I decided I would go back through it. And I think possibly the reason that it hasn't sold is there really wasn't much decorating done to the, sorry, let's go up a bit, to the inside of the book. Like, it's gorgeous. Like, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. But I think maybe there wasn't enough embellishment. So, or maybe because I hadn't done a video for it, either way. So I'm just gonna take back through. So I added a little bit. There wasn't anything there. It was just the original book plate, and it said discard on it, and so I didn't really like that. So I spruced up the front cover with some blue pattern paper and some gold washi and the gold punch. And then this is just a pocket here. This is, I think, original. I've added this, and it's just like double pockets to put things in. And this, I've just added this little photo of here, but this was here already. Oh, I'm so out of frame, sorry. So this page, I just stamped it and left it. You can write your notes on it or decorate it or whatever you choose to do. Here is just a vintage note paper, and it's a Latin book page, and just another book page. This is German ledger or invoice paper. Here we've got this beautiful girl in, oops, this little pocket with some lace trim and a vintage stamp. And here on this page, we've just got a up tuck made of some leftover ledger with a fabric sample ticket. And this is just an embossed photo with a little bit of waxed paper that I did. I think this was junk with stuff, and I just punched it, so it just adds a little bit more. That's still the same. That's still the same. This invoice, I wanted to leave the duck recipe because, everybody wants to roast duck. Blech. I think it's because we had wild duck. My dad duck hunted growing up, so we were the ones in the backyard plucking the ducks and everything. And then wild ducks, wild game is very gamey, and there's no fat on it at all, right? Because they're out there fighting for their food. So it was just, ooh, my mom hated cooking it. Oh, sorry. But Dad loved it, but Dad also loved liver, so you get what you can. So this is, I think, this is Raindrop Lila again, one of her cards. I just love these peonies. And just, I just made a little cluster on the bottom and used this tag that I stamped as a pocket. And rice stuffing, just added an up tuck here and included this airmail envelope from I don't know what year, but it was so cute because it's sealed with a kiss. And I think this is I miss you mucho. I love you. So, oh, how cute, right? Okay, so that goes in there. And on this page, I just added this beautiful vintage postcard, and I think it's for birthday, and it just hasn't been used yet, so it's domestic because it's US and Canada, 4 and 2 cents. So it's a beautiful postcard. Oops, I love postcards. Here I've just added this embossed washi thing. This is just a piece from a spine from a book, an old and what's called the Second Golden Rule book for kids. The other side of the ledger, the book, the Latin book. Here in this pocket, I've just added, this is Flow and Fauna, and this is one of their fabric cards, sample cards, and I've just added some lace at the top. And just made, there was, I think, just this and this here, so I added this frame and made a further cluster, so it's a pocket and a pocket and a pocket, whatever you like. And then this just has, I just added, I don't know why I did that in the beginning, but I like it. And this is just an old book page. This is Black Beauty. It's a very friable book page. And here just is some lace trim added on embossed packing paper. And in here is a label. This is one of my profit share certificates from when I stamp collected when I was young. So it's probably worth nothing, but it's the memories. And this is just a card catalog. I love it. What is it with the smell of libraries and post offices? I think I've said that before. Okay, so here we've just got another piece of the packing paper, just a label and just a tag in there. Just some linen trim, I think, there. Here's a children's book page, just with a upholstery tag there. A piece of wax floral paper, just a ticket or card in there. Page. This is the cover of a play, and there's warnings in it because the play was just so good. No, kidding. Ledger paper, vintage atlas page, and English language workbook, French English, an invoice of some sort. Yeah, price. And music book pages. And here I've just done, I don't know if you can see the photo, probably not with the lighting, but it's, try and flash it. It's a bunch of kids at a birthday party eating birthday party hot dogs. Yum. Nothing better than a birthday party hot dog. And I just stamped that. And here I've just taken an envelope from the War and Navy Department from 1944. So that's like wartime. Ugh. And this is that grammar book page, the atlas. My dog is moving my lights. She won't go outside because it's raining too hard, so she's pacing. That's the, oh, and here's another one of those envelopes. See, I printed a couple out. So here's another one from Yvonne. And this is from A Better Homes and Gardens floral arranging book. And this is just a piece of netting with some embroidery or machine embroidery on it, some lace trim at the top. Oh, and the reason I saved this page is because this is from the, I don't know if it was the hymn book I had or not, but it's 1887. So it's 1887 this book was from, and I loved the tape, so that's why I saved this page. It looked kind of odd. And here we've just got a really beautiful picture of a girl with just some cluster down on the bottom from a floral book. One of my prize tags. That's homemade. I made that. And don't ask me what numbers I decided. I just was hit and I was so excited. And she's waiting for the fairy, I think. Hope you can see that. And this is one of my stamp glassine things, and I just threw in a little painted button. And that's receipt. And this is a letter from the University of New Mexico. This is an old document. I don't know from what year it is. So I've stenciled on this packing paper and just added one of these little thingy-ma-rings. And this is, I don't know. Yeah, looks like somebody, it was a receipt of some sort, but the paper is like shiny and so soft. And I love where they had paper clips where they all rusted. So this is one of my dyed papers, and I just stamped there. And here is just that notebook page, and I've just added a page from a very old gardening book that I had, and just a couple little tags in there. Vintage music paper. And this is an invoice from '54. That must be from the Atlas, because it's statistics of population. And you know that Margaret at 7 Plaza, she loves her numbers and charts. Just a little book page from Pygmalion, a play. And here is an Edith Holden page, and I've just added a little tag and this is a Brad, so I just put a sticker on the other side, and I punched the bottom. And we keep going, and I keep sinking down in my chair lower. It's usually stacked with books, and today it's not, so I'm very short. But I'm not short, but I feel short. And here we've just got this is just a collage on one of these worksheets and just a stamp there. So I stenciled top and bottom of that. There's that, and the stamping there. This is that old page again, and I don't know, I zoomed it for you. I suppose I could read it because that's when they would write the numbers out in full and not use the actual number itself. And there's a copy of invoice. Here is a vintage dictionary page. And we've got some piano roll with a little piece of a doily with a rusted pin. And this is a really beautiful picture of a mama with her kid who's like, no. So I would say it's probably the neighbor who picked up the neighbor's child, and the child's like, no, mommy. You must just sorry, I make up stories as I go, so it's just some ruffled trim, and we're getting to the last signature, and this is a Flo and Fauna with some celly tape and just a collage tag there with a couple little beads on the end. And here's just a little paper cluster with some of that recording paper on the back. Stamp up there. Here's a vintage check or receipt. And we've just got some, oh, this is an actual ticket. Yeah. And just a printable envelope from Flo and Fauna. And this is from a book of like a tour of different cities in different historical places in London. And the book was filled with these little cards. Here's my heritage. This is the ships of the Northmen. These are the Vikings from Norway coming over to get the gold and silver. They founded a kingdom at the heart of Russia. a duchy in northern France. Oh, it's history too, people. There's just some more book spine. And here we've got a couple book pages, and I just took a printable there and I just made little tags, little pockets, sorry. So that's from a gardening book. Just the back of an invoice. Just some packing paper embossed. Just a little piece of lace there on the music sheet. A little cluster in the bottom. Getting to the end, so that's the gardening book. And the ear is itchy, and this is just another Flo and Fauna, so it's backed on one of her backing sheets. This is a lovely ruffle here. And this is a letter, and what I've done is I've just attached it to the page, the ledger page. Here's another invoice. This is a cute little digital printable, and I've just added a little floral tag onto this cluster. Book page from the Tour of London. This is that children's, I don't know, public school arithmetic. That's from that receipt. In here we've just got this in this pocket and this in this pocket. And a little stamp there. Just a little label there. And this is Ruby and Pearl or Amity Bloom. One or the other. And I just made a little up tuck there. And there's the back. And there's the back of the cover now. It's a good thickness. So hopefully you see this today and you go, oh, wow, I didn't really notice that because I hadn't seen it. So longer video today, but what the heck, when it's miserable out and the dog doesn't want to go outside, you just hang out with your friends. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm working on 4 more right now, so talk to you soon. Bye.